My name is Gabriel Afolayan. I'm an actor and also a singer. I the first emotion I perceived getting informed about this film was it feels more like a project. That's how I viewed it when I was told about it. So it's I see it as a project. So it's not just another movie. It's another way of letting people know some other things that are kind of hidden in the society, or things that we really don't pay too much attention to. It's a project that people can champion. You understand? It's more of a societal stuff. It's what we go through, what we deal with on every day to day. Because every role, every character I get to play in recent time, they tend to be strong, you know, in terms of what they face and in terms of what they go through in the process of a film text. So it's a deep one. It's a great one. Yeah, the technicality involved in this project. It's kind of brilliant. I say it's brilliant. Why? Because you hardly notice that things, you know, are going on, but there's a whole lot going down. So I see the technicality of this job as a brilliant one. Very standard, but it's not the kind of stuff that will call too much attention. But if you are a production person and you get to see the setup, you know definitely that this is going to be another landmark in the entertainment industry. So the technical aspect of this job is great. I like it. It's standard. Yeah, that's part of what I said, that this this script is more or less like a project, because it led to a whole lot of discoveries, you know, and one of them is this environment. You will hardly notice this kind of environment will be within the Porsche, you know, within this kind of Porsche setting. And it's a revelation, do you understand? And I come with that kind of perspective of getting to know my environment the more, you know, and the exact thing that the script, you know, is laying attention on is what this community looks like. So it's like atypical for the script itself, and one would hardly notice, like, okay, such environment would exist. But you know, thank God to film, thank God to research, and thank God to to manpower as well. So it's that good. Yeah, CJ is one hell of a guy that I respect. Why? Because his motivational factor is too beyond. Why? Because you'll never believe, like, nothing cannot make sense. His positivity level is I rate it so high, because it's this type of guy that says, okay, we can do this and we'll get it done. Do you understand? He told me about this project sometimes back, and I told him specifically, like, okay, are you pretty sure? Because this is more or less like another experiment in the making. Because I won't rule the fact that, okay, this is experimental in nature. Like, okay, how can we get this done? And the moment he gave an overview of what this project, of what the end product of this project would look like, I was like, wow, how can you just think this all up, and it's so possible and you can see it? And that's part of why we're here right now, because he saw it coming, and he had this motive in mind, like, okay, this has to be done, this statement has to be made, and all that, and that's the kind of energy that I really like, you know, about him, you know, in particular. I love his drive. His focus radar is just so high up there. I like his attitude to work. And TJ, of course, the DOP, Mr. Londoner. one of the features I like about the DOP on the set is the fact that you would hardly believe someone of a status would be so level-headed. Now, that's one. Secondly, forgetting the fact that he's not within the environment that he's used to, and he's shooting in this kind of very, not just okay, atmosphere, and he's been so cordial, he's been so into it. He sits virtually everywhere everybody's, gets to sit at the end of the day, and whatever food is on set is what he takes as well, and that's huge. Unlike some other professional DOPs, abroad, if they're coming to shoot in this part of the country, they usually come with the food, with it, with the, what's it called? Yeah, with their kits. Do you understand? But with TJ, it's different. He's just very proactive. Yeah, I like him for that. He's very, very proactive, and it hardly gets tired. Do you understand? So that shows the level of professionalism he has acquired over time, and he's a pro to the core. I mean, I give it to him. I'll say. Yeah, I want them to see this as another leverage of identifying with the community in terms of how we live, in terms of what goes into our system and what comes out of our system. How, I want them to take note of so many stuff, because it has so much to do with hygiene, and that's one attitude, or let me just say one aspect of our way of life that we hardly take good cognizance about, because we usually feel, okay, fine, man, in Africa we've got this large humidity that nothing, whatever happens, we keep going, the system is that hard that you hardly notice when you start to have cholera, or you hardly notice when you start to have, some malaria symptoms due to not being totally clean. So that's why I said it's not another movie. It's a project. It's a health-related, program that the government can see into. So I want my fans out there to identify with this movie more in terms of how to relate with their immediate environment, and at the same time how we were able to have each other's back in terms of what to do within a scope of an environment and what not to do. So they should expect something great, something fantastic, artistic as usual, because we've never let our fans down. So they should expect something nice, because this is different. It's a ghetto story. It's an African ghetto story, that says a lot about the community itself. This has nothing to do with facade. It's no fiction, though it's experimental, and I want to tell them categorically that this movie is going to open another platform, in the award categories, in terms of filmmaking in Nigeria, and in Africa, and of course the world at large.